So if you're completing the EPQ, you might think that your supervisor has given you enough deadlines. And now here I am suggesting that you actually create your own deadlines. Now, of course, the supervisor or centre coordinator for EPQ in your school or college may give you deadlines for completing the record of initial ideas, completing the planning review, completing the mid-project review, when you have to do your presentation by, when you have to submit your written report or artifact by, right at the end of the process. But actually, deadlines are really, really good because they give us something to aim for. And what I would recommend to you is that actually you set your own deadlines. Even though the supervisor or centre coordinator for your college or school will give you some generic deadlines that you should work towards over the course of the academic year, one way that you can hold yourself accountable is to actually set your own SMART objectives or aims or deadlines. So the SMART acronym stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant and time-bound. There are some variations of this depending on which textbook or which internet website you look at. Generally, these 5 words or terms which accompany the acronym do tend to work quite well for the EPQ. So when you're setting yourself a deadline for completing tasks that are on your to-do list, the first thing that you need to do is make sure that your deadline is specific. This means that you know exactly what you want to complete, how you want to complete it, what you want the final product to look like, and also you probably know how you're going to complete that. So ask yourself those questions: what, when, how, why. Ask yourself those questions about those tasks on your to-do list, and then you will ensure that your deadlines for completing those tasks are really specific. The next thing to consider is that your EPQ SMART objectives and deadlines should be measurable. You should be able to quantify what you expect to achieve when you meet that deadline. So maybe you want to complete 1,000 words of your written report. That's very measurable, because by the day that you set for your deadline, you can then have an immediate look at the success criteria. If you've only got 800 words, you haven't achieved your deadline. If you've got 1,200 words, you've exceeded it. And therefore, over time, when revisiting your SMART objectives and those SMART deadlines that you've set for yourself, you can actually see which actual tasks require a little bit more focus if you're going to meet the deadline you've imposed upon yourself. The next thing which we must remember is that SMART objectives and SMART deadlines should be attainable. They shouldn't be impossible. You should be able to actually achieve them. In fact, a synonym which is often used as part of the acronym is achievable. Achievable, attainable, it doesn't really matter. But you've got to make sure that you can complete your deadlines with the resources that you have available to you. If your deadlines are actually unrealistic and unattainable, you need to look at any problems or any barriers that you face and then take some methods to overcome those problems and make that deadline attainable. The next thing to ask yourself is the deadline you're setting actually relevant? Is it actually going to help with the overall completion of your EPQ? Or are you just setting this deadline to pad out your production log? Only set your deadlines if you believe that they are going to actually add value in focusing you on completing your tasks associated with the EPQ. It sort of goes without saying, but it is important that you make sure your deadlines are time-bound. Make sure you have an estimated completion date. Maybe put your deadlines on your calendar so you have a visual overview of when they are. Maybe set reminders or interim reminders on your smartphone to help you manage the process and achieve your SMART objectives and SMART deadlines. This is just a really quick, simple video to show you how you can make your planning really effective and obviously manage your time in the best possible way to make fantastic progress with your EPQ. If you do have any questions whatsoever about time management, please don't hesitate to leave a comment and I will do my very best to get back to you. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Best of luck with your EPQ.